As we look back on our 40-year history, we think about where we started, very humble beginnings, and where we are now. You certainly don't think about that in the day-to-day. But then when you turn around and you look back, you see this path that's paved with so many interesting stories and so many memorable patients and so many incredible people that we've worked with. And you realize this road is just really an amazing journey.
In the winter of 1976, the Liberian tanker Olympic Games ran aground in the Delaware River, contaminating thousands of waterfowl.
Well, I think when we had that first cleaning, people showed up with what they thought might help. We had bags of sawdust, there was rice, there was every kind of detergent that you can imagine. And we were unsuccessful. But that led to Lynn saying there's just got to be a better way and we're going to find it.
Soon after this incident, Lynn Frink founded Tri-State Bird Rescue and Research.
Early on, Lynn felt it was very important to establish credibility. And that meant a wide range of things, not just the people that were on the board, but how the organization was run.
Lynn assembled a professional team, drawing from various backgrounds to begin their research.
In those days, we were just an oil spill organization, but people kept showing up at the door with birds. Lynn said, we have to take care of them, and we did.
It was obvious from the beginning that the need was much larger than the facility. And so when Possum Hollow became available, there was no question we needed to move there.
She said, it's going to be hard, but we can do it. And I think if we can raise $10,000, we can move. Well, $1 million later.
Lynn couldn't figure out how we were going to move all the dirt and junk down in the paddock area, and I said, it's no big deal. You rent a front loader. So I rented one, and I took on the nickname of Dr. Dirt.
In the ever-changing field of wildlife rehabilitation, Tri-State had learned to expect the unexpected.
The State Department didn't want anybody going close. It was a war zone.
Lynn said, those animals need our help, those people need our expertise.
More than once, an early cold snap resulted in frost-bitten brown pelicans that required extensive professional care.
We would have them outside at one time and then inside at another time, so you had to march them.
In the spring of 2010, Tri-State's years of training and expertise were called into action for the spill in the Gulf of Mexico. With thousands of animals affected, many organizations, agencies, and professionals came together to give the affected wildlife a second chance.
It's been 6 years since that incident, and we are still getting band returns, and we are also seeing birds with those bands on active nest.
The opening of the annex was a culmination of so many things. It was a culmination of our years of experience in oil spill response.
For the East Coast to have a facility that meets the unique needs of wildlife during a response is huge for this area.
While many things have changed, people's desire to help our native wildlife has not.
We would not be able to provide the services that we do provide to the community if we didn't have the volunteers that we have.
I think volunteering is fulfilling. That's why we keep coming back.
Yeah. I think it's worth doing. I asked myself that question when I first started working here, and the answer was a resounding, yes, it's worth doing.
By and large, everybody's here with the same idea in mind. Fix the birds, get them going, and release them.
Just as thousands of birds are saved one patient at a time, history is made one moment at a time. As we look back on 40 years of these moments, people, and successes, we can't help but to be excited for what the future may hold.
We had no idea. When we first started at Duncan Road, it was a little schoolhouse, and we thought, well, this is a little small, but nobody had any idea what it could become.
We never anticipated going to South Africa and throughout the Caribbean and, sponsoring international conferences.
And I think 40 years from now, we'll be smarter, we will work better, but we'll still have lots and lots of people who want to help.
What we do is so important for these birds, but it's also important for us, for our very humanity. There is such a rich history and a great future for Tri-State, and we are so much better for being a part of that story.